Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here or you've been here before but have not subscribed yet, well, if you've been here before, you know what I'm going to say. Please subscribe. And if this is your first time, please subscribe. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 7,500 subscribers. We are up to 7,400 or so. So we're getting close. It's been an excellent ride. Unfortunately, tonight was not an excellent night. The New York Knicks went to Milwaukee for the very first game for the brand new in-season tournament, which I actually like. I like the structure. I think it's going to work out well. I think it's already created some extra interest in these early season games. Though this season seems to have that kind of built in already. There's so much drama all around, different teams, players moving to other teams, facing their teams. So there's a lot of built-in drama already. But the in-season tournament, as we wear on through the rest of November and get into the first week of December, it's going to add some extra excitement. And tonight was proof. The New York Knicks, they went to Milwaukee. They dropped the game 110-105. They actually had the lead with about a minute 10 left after Brunson hit a three-point shot to give the Knicks their first lead since the first quarter. There was just 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the fourth. They were up 103-101. But this is why Milwaukee made that trade. They got Dame Lillard, and man, he was the difference in that final minute, that final 70 seconds. He hit a three-point shot on a curl, beautiful drive finger roll for a two-point shot to give them a 106-103 lead, and then he hit the free throw, hit the and one on that one. We were not able to do anything at that point. Randle, he missed a 3-foot driving layup, and Brunson, who was insane, unbelievable. He exploded tonight, 45 points, but he couldn't get those extra final buckets when we really desperately. I mean, he did hit. I mean, he hit the bucket that got us the lead. So nothing disparaging there. Just there was that moment where he could have just hit that another bucket to get us the lead back and keep us around. We just drifted at the end. The game was, unfortunately, 46 minutes. It was 1 minute and 10 seconds too long for the Knicks. That's really what it came down to. But it was a gutty effort. Let's get into it. Let's see some highlights here. It was a very gutty effort, especially when you consider how cold the Knicks started out. They were down 11-2 right away. They could not shoot in this game at all. And let me just they could not shoot in this game at all. This was crazy from the three-point line. But once Brunson got cooking, things got a little bit better for sure. But let me see. Right here for the Knicks, for the team, they shot 25.6% tonight. 10 of 39. At one point, it was even more dismal. Overall, they shot under 40% for the game. Very hard to win in the NBA when you shoot that poorly. Now, at the free throw line, they did manage to connect on 19 of 25, 76%. But still, come on. We need some more efficiency, especially on all the way around. But where we did destroy them was rebounding. Once again, 56 rebounds to 41, the Bucks. So, and that's how the Knicks were able to even be around in this game. When you think about it this way, look, this is how bad the Knicks have been offensively this season so far, these first 6 games. Again, RJ Barrett did not play tonight, still nursing that sore right knee. So it's not, or left knee, the sore left knee. It's not the right knee that Derek White actually had collided into. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know when he hurt the left knee. But the Knicks, after 6 games, they are the worst shooting team in the NBA with a 39.9% field goal percentage. And then, you would imagine the three-point shot, which they were the worst last season or the second worst last season. They're actually not the worst, shockingly, because we've actually had some decent three-point shooting games to kind of pump up the stat line a tiny bit, but we're only at 32.4% from behind the arc. 24th. That's 24th in the NBA. I mean, you're not. This team last season, had a historic offensive explosion last year. They were third in offensive rating and I believe 4th or 5th in all-time offensive rating in the entire history of the NBA. So that's just something to put this into perspective. And a lot of those struggles are coming from the big guy, Julius Randle. And Brunson had been struggling as well, other than the one game where he connected on 8 3-pointers for his career high. And tonight, he has struggled in the other 4 games. Maybe there was one game where he was okay, but 3 games he's really struggled. And so has the whole team. I'll run it down for you guys, but the team just cannot score. They are right now almost last in the NBA in scoring points per game. They're averaging 103.3, only 0.3 above Portland, who is a rebuilding team. Portland Trailblazers are the worst at 103. And when it comes to free throw shooting, also the Knicks have been struggling. Tonight, they did connect on 76%, which it's decent. But they are averaging for the season 70.4%, which is only 27th best in the NBA. So the offense has been a struggle. And the way this team is constructed, if you have Julius Randle struggling, you are just not going to be a good offensive team. He's just too pivotal to the way this team is structured, to the way the offense is structured, and to the way he plays the game. He takes shots when he shouldn't. He passes up shots when he shouldn't. Right now, he's just out of sync. He doesn't have that lift. You could hear it. I listened to the ESPN broadcast. I don't know if in New York they got the MSG one, but the ESPN broadcast. And Richard Jefferson was saying that he had an ankle surgery thing, and you don't have that lift. It takes a while to get that, and I think you can see that in Randle. He just doesn't have that ability to just deliver at the very end, especially at the hoop. He did a little better in the second half, I will say. Don't want to completely trash him. I'm not trashing him at all. I'm just telling you what happened. In the first half, he shot 3 of 13. 23%. 1 of 6 from the 3-point line in the first half. Second half, marginally better. 2 of 7. Wow. So, no, he had a quite an atrocious game. My God. And you know what? The way this team is structured, the only way we win is if Julius is at least somewhat statistically within like a 10 or 15% range of what we got last season. That's just the reality of the way this team is, especially when RJ Barrett, who had been our best player until the last 2 games when he had to nurse out, without him in the game, it makes our dependence on Randle even greater. Now, that means that someone else has to step up big time. Now, today it was Brunson. Brunson did step up. And there were other notable guys. Quentin Grimes actually had a good game for him today. He got 17 points. He connected on 50% of his 3-point shots. Put up 10 3-pointers, hit 5. Beautiful. Love that. That's what I want to see. He needs a minimum of 8 3-point attempts per game. 10 is a good number for someone like him who can shoot it. Overall, he finished 6 of 11. 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Played some excellent defense, though. When you're guarding Dame Lillard, you're going to eventually get burned, and he was the one who got burned in that last play. Well, it was a pick and roll with Randle trying to defend Giannis, and they switched. Look at here. You can see struggling, but this is the big shot. That gave the Knicks the first lead since the first quarter. But then here's the play I was talking about. Little handoff. Just barely even looked at the rim, shot it, connected. That's Dame Lillard. That's why he is going to be a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt. He was selected I think he was one of the top 75 players in the NBA. So here, look, some more struggles. Boom. Look, Randle just has no lift. He just can't do anything really at this point. And he tried. He did try. Oh, boy. Well, that was the end. That was the end of the game. The highlights, let's put it that way. Here we go. So as you can see, Randle, 16 points. This was Randle's stat line tonight. 5 of 20. 1 of 9 from the 3-point line. 16 points. And 5 of 9 from the free throw line. That actually hurts me the most. Because you know what? You don't need a good ankle to hit your free throws. You don't need a fully rehabbed solid ankle to hit your free throws. So that tells me He is just out of it. And we're just gonna have to wait till he gets back in it. We're stuck in this situation right now. There's no way Leon Rose is gonna do anything at this moment. We don't have anyone else to turn to because Obi was traded away, and we don't have a real backup power forward. We're just stuck in this situation right now. We need to get RJ back. We are actually, if Randle is not playing right, we are an incredibly limited team. Now, that all said, we had the lead. We had the lead with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. So that just shows you how tough this team is. Look, we don't even need Randle to be what he was last season. Even I would take, well, it was pretty harsh, but I would take the down year Randle. This is way beyond that. He has got off to the worst field goal percentage statistical start, I think, in the history of the NBA for someone who is a starter and has taken like 80 something shots or so. That's really, really difficult to deal with. I don't know how we're going to get out of it, but that is the situation right now. Let's get to something else here. So Fred Katz, this must have been the post-game interview, or maybe it was in the locker room. I'm not sure. He tweeted this out, and I saw it. I put it up here for us to talk about it. Thibs is more animated tonight than I've seen him in a minute, saying he wants guys to, quote, trust the pass, and that players can't predetermine what they do. Didn't name any names. Now, this is exactly what I was talking about with Keese and JD, actually, last night. It was about Grimes, actually. So I don't know if he's referring to Grimes. I don't think he is because Grimes had a good game tonight. But definitely that's an issue. You can't decide when the pass is coming to you what you're going to do. You have to read. The whole read and react means read what the defense is actually doing. And there were often times where Grimes would not wait before deciding what he was going to do. When he was like readying himself for the ball, he'd catch the ball. If he saw the defender drive towards him, he was already going to drive, hit the baseline or curl around him. You know what? Sometimes that guy doesn't commit all the way. You have to get up and shoot. Maybe he'll foul you. Maybe you'll make the shot anyway. You know, this is your job. You got to shoot if you have enough time to shoot it. And he often does because he has a quick release and he has a very high release. He gets up in the air high. So not very many players can actually really contest his shot unless they're right up in his grill or they're giants, which he doesn't have to deal with that usually. But tonight was a great night for him to correct that. So that was an interesting tweet there. Let me show you something else here. So this is Randle this season. He's shooting 28.3% for the season. That is the worst beginning. And that doesn't even count tonight's game, I think. Or does it? Oh, yeah, maybe it does. Jalen Brunson, though. I knew he was going to be fine. He was going to pop. Whether he's going to be able to do this, not like this, but whether he's going to be his... I'm expecting him to average 28, 29 points a game this season. At minimum, 27. That's what I'm expecting. And this game helps my belief, and it reinforces my belief in that. 45 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 57% from the field. And he only hit 2 of 8 from his three-point shot. That was the one weakness. But he hit 9 of 11 from the free throw line. He went to the free throw line 11 times. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. He did commit 4 turnovers, and they were early, and the Knicks got down early, and that was one of the reasons why they were struggling. They did not, they were down. I think they got spanked in that second quarter. Yeah, we got spanked in the second quarter. We got spanked by 14 points. We lost 35-21 in that second quarter. After actually taking a lead in the first quarter, we were up 25-21. But once we gave up that lead in the second quarter, we were down. We were struggling. We did have a nice third quarter. We got off to a rocky beginning and then came back and chipped 4 points off of that lead. But man, was this close. It's kind of like I'm struggling processing this game emotionally. Because, obviously I want to win every game. We all do. There's no doubt. But we know we can't win every game. And the Bucks are, they're one of the favorites to win it all for a very good reason. And Chris Middleton was back tonight. So this was going to be a tough win regardless, but it was right there. Another one right there. I think we were even up late in the fourth against the Celtics, right? If I remember that correctly. So we've had some leads in the fourth and then coughed them up. Again, it happened tonight. And this is after they battled back. Oh, it's brutal. Brutal. Wait, let me see one more thing here. Here we go. What else I want to show? Josh Hart, he started in place of Randle, though he gave us 10 rebounds and was hustling in that second half tremendously. But look, you can't play 36 minutes and be a starter and only get 6 points. That's just unacceptable. Unacceptable. I'm not going to accept it from Grimes. I'm definitely not going to accept it from Josh Hart. And the other guy who didn't give us anything tonight was Dante DiVincenzo. I don't know if going back to Milwaukee was in his head. I don't know what the deal was, but 1 of 8. 1 of 4 from the three-point line. After such a good game he had the other night against Cleveland at MSG, he couldn't follow up another good game tonight. The inconsistency of the bench is starting to really wear the team down. But they do look good at times, especially when they're mixed in. Like it's Brunson and Quickly with Hart and DiVincenzo and like Mitch or Hartenstein out on the court. That's a nice unit. And actually, you can see right here, when you look at the plus-minus, Hartenstein was only a -1. Quickly was a -1. Quickly actually had a very good second half himself. If you look at the starters, Randle a -5, Mitch a -4, but Brunson was a +2, Hart was a +1, and Quentin Grimes was a +3 because that combination of players, that's when the Knicks were really clicking, playing well. You know, it's just it's a tough one. 20 shot attempts for Randle. Missed 15 of them. Just really difficult to win in the NBA like that. Milwaukee Bucks, some very balanced scoring. They had 6 players in double digits. Beauchamp hurt the Knicks. He hit 2 3-pointers in a row in that first half that really gave the Bucks some life there, and that's when they that's when they took the lead, because when the Knicks were down, the Knicks were up 25-21 going into the second quarter. Beauchamp was in there, hit those 2 big threes, really gave them some breathing room, let them relax. But in the end, it didn't really matter because the Knicks battled back. I would like to see how this game would have been if RJ was out on that court. It really would have been interesting. Bobby Portis struggled, 2 of 10 himself, only 4 points. So it's not like everyone had a great night. Pat Connaughton also 2 points for himself in 24 minutes. Jay Crowder, of course, always with the 3-point shots. 14 points for him on 8 total field goal attempts. Hit 4 of 6 from the 3-point line. The Bucks shot 51.3% from the 3-point line. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's not like they were getting uncontested threes one after the other. They weren't. They were contested. They were just hitting them. Also, when you got guys like Brook Lopez, who puts up 10 3-point attempts and connects on 40% of them, it's going to be a long night because we struggle with bigs on the perimeter shooting. And one of them who did that was Giannis. He hit 3 of his 3 3-point attempts. This was that kind of night. 3 of he did better from 3 than he did from inside the arc. He was only 3 of 7 from inside the arc. So there you go. With 8 rebounds, he did get 6 dimes, 22 points. But Dame Lillard was the high scorer for the Bucks, 30 points for him, 7 of 15, 36 minutes for him. Good game for Dame. The team stats here. I've already rattled off several of these. Assists, only 18 for the Knicks. Blocks, only 1 block shot for the Knicks, 10 for the Bucks. That's too great a disparity. But the Knicks only committed 11 turnovers. And that's one of the reasons why we were still able to even be around. This should have been easily a 15 to 20 point blowout by the Bucks, and it wasn't because of that. The Knicks did hustle. The Knicks did hustle tonight. I did see that. I even saw times where Randle was engaged defensively and he was trying offensively. Sometimes he would just take it right to the hoop, but he doesn't quite have that extra lift, that extra half inch or inch to get over the defender. So it's all going to come in time. Somehow, the Knicks won the points in the paint battle, 42-28 against a giant team like the Bucks. Most of that was Jalen Brunson. Damn, look at that. All right. It looks bad right now. It looks bad. The Knicks fell to, I think we're 2-4. 2-4 right now. It's going to be a struggle for now until Randle wakes up and RJ gets back on the court. That's one of the downsides, one of the concerns I had when we traded away Obi and didn't replace him with somebody real. I know we got Dante DiVincenzo, but I don't see him as a replacement. I don't. And especially, he's no insurance when Randle is struggling. And Randle probably shouldn't even be out on the court in those fourth quarters. Honestly, we should have somebody else. But now time for the good stuff, the good news. The good news is, though the Knicks were one of the very best offensive teams in the NBA last season, and we've basically brought back the same unit, except for Obi, we were not a good defensive unit last season. We were in the bottom third. But this season, check this out. No surprise, we are the number 1 offensive rebounding team in the NBA. We are the number 2 overall rebounding team in the NBA with 50.8 rebounds total. We're averaging 14.8 offensive rebounds. Outstanding. That creates a lot of second chance points. So if you're not shooting well, you get a second chance points. Usually rebounds are very close around the rim. Boom. You're going to get an easier look. That's the idea. And we've seen it happen. Tonight, Mitch struggled. Those are big guys down low, but he played great defensively. He just struggled to be able to do anything offensively tonight. And actually, our team wasn't looking for him. They weren't doing the pick and roll, the drives, and the lobs to him. None of that happened tonight. Here's another good thing, another positive, and it's Thibs' most favorite stat: the opponent's field goal percentage. The Knicks are allowing opponents to shoot 44.5% overall, which is 9th best in the NBA. That, I think, is going to improve as we go forward. If this defensive attitude that they have and execution is the right word, the defensive execution that the Knicks are showing right now, if it continues, they're going to become even better at it. So teams are going to struggle even more to score against us. And the final big number, or it's not even the final one, the two big numbers which deal with the defense itself. Defensive rating, we're 3rd best in the NBA, 103.7. Last year, I think we were like 21st. So now we're 3rd best. Points allowed, actual points allowed per game, we are allowing 103.3 points per game, which is 2nd best in the NBA. So the good news is the defense is clicking, it's working. The offense is so Randle and Brunson dependent, and the spacing has been an issue. Finding guys in the right places, making a good pass, just getting a ball to the corner isn't what it's about. You got to get a good pass to the corner, so the player receiving the ball doesn't have to stretch to get the ball, and then by the time he orientates himself, the defender's already on him. No, give him that ball right in his pocket. Boom, goes up, shoots. All those little mistakes, they add up, and they hurt you efficiently, because especially when you don't have a naturally great shooting team. We're not. So we need to be great in all those little things. Making the second and third pass, maybe even the fourth pass, those things. We're not passing the ball enough. Too much dribbling with Randle trying to figure something out, and same with Brunson. Though tonight, it did work in terms of Brunson because he delivered 45 points. But, we're 2-4. There's a reason we're 2-4, because it hasn't worked that effectively this season. I'm not panicking, though. RJ's going to come back. Randle's. I saw some signs of some glimmer of hope tonight from Randle, shaking off that summer surgery, post-surgery malaise. I saw him shake a little bit of that off. Let's hope it continues, and a week from now, we're talking about a very different team offensively. All right, thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Please drop your comments, hit the thumbs up button for me, share this video. Definitely share this video. I appreciate that, and I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.